All right, here we go. Tutorial on ZaraRadio. Zara for short, program for creating and playing playlists on the computer as an alternative to the DRS program or for those who will be streaming their shows live on the internet. Very simple yet versatile program. Let's just get into it. With the icon on the desktop, we double click on it to start a instance of Zara. And as we move that aside, we notice that we can click on that icon again and it will start another instance. Yes, you can run multiple instances of Zara at the same time. Either playing from one and creating another one as a backup, or you can play from both of them if you feel energetic enough and coordinated to be able to run the controls. But for now, just one. The title bar, just like other windows, can be clicked on and held and dragged around to wherever you want. And just like other Windows programs, they can be resized by holding onto an edge or the corner and resizing in any way, shape, or form that you like. There is a minimum size that will allow you to see everything pretty much except for the little Explorer window in the bottom left, but we will get to that a little bit later. For now, below the title bar, we have two rows in the menu area. The first row is the actual text section, which gives you the options of functions available within the program. The help contents are actually fairly decent for a foreign-made program. However, even though you can expand all of the items within the Contents tab and find what you're looking for, the Search tab does not work. It's something that they have not even bothered to take a look at in fixing. But within the Contents, you'll find everything that you could need and probably more than you will ever use. Below the text section in the menu area is the Buttons row, where most particular is the Save button, which saves your playlist once you've given it a name, and the drop-down mode box. Right now it is in normal, which most people will want to use. In normal, items in the playlist box will play from top to bottom. Everything that is below the song playing, the next, it just goes down in order. There's also a repeat mode, shuffle, manual, and random. We're just going to use normal for now, just to keep it simple. The two boxes below the menu area on the left is the song that is now playing, currently playing on the left. On the right is the one that is in queue, scheduled to play automatically at the end of the now playing song. Below the play boxes are our time and system features. Two time boxes, one on the left is the remaining time that shows how much time is left in the song that's currently playing. The box on the right gives the amount of time, the actual time that the current song will end, and that corresponds with the system clock on the far right. Below the time section in Zara's interface, we have three boxes, two on the left, one on the right. The top one on the left is the one for scheduled events, pre-recorded, pre-programmed recordings that are scheduled to fire off at certain times. Items scheduled into the events will appear in this list 15 minutes before the scheduled start time. The words upcoming events will have a red blinking box. That box will start blinking red 5 minutes before the time it's scheduled off to fire off. And the item will remain in the list for 15 minutes after the time it is scheduled to fire off. We'll be covering more on that later. The bottom box on the left is Zara's own Windows Explorer type Explorer box, where if you know how to navigate within an Explorer window, you can navigate right to the folders that you might want to. They are listed in the music folder. They are listed alphabetically by artist, and then they go album and then song title. So with that, we'll prepare to look for some Joe here after we get going. The box on the right is the actual playlist box itself. This is where items that are dragged and dropped into the playlist will appear, and you can arrange them as necessary. In between the two boxes, we have some arrows there, and they are not lighted because we do not have anything in the playlist yet, but they will give us the option of moving a highlighted item within that playlist to wherever we want in the list. Below the boxes, we have two rows. The first one is our controls button for play, stop, pause, next, rewind, fast forward, the all-important stop after current, and there's also a talkover button that allows you to depress it so that you can mic up and automatically lower the volume of the music being played. This is not a momentary switch. It will remain in effect as long as it is clicked. When you're done talking, you need to click it one more time. That will have the music volume resume back to where it was before you clicked it. Below that is a jingles bar where you see grayed out numbers here in this row, and this is row number 1 of 10 rows. So there's plenty of room to put in your own jingles, have your own row. Depends on how many people will want to use the program, but there's at least one for everybody and two for just in case we don't have that many people interested in using the program. Now we're ready to start creating the playlist. As mentioned, we can do it from the Zara Explorer window if you know exactly where you want to locate the song from, or the best idea is using Windows Explorer. From the music folder, we can search, and let's go with, we were originally after some Joe. Let's make it Joe Cocker. There we go. And as you can see, we have all types of albums in the folders, but we also below that have all of the songs within that folder. We are searching the whole drive in music for anything with Joe Cocker in it. Notice the songs are listed alphabetically by title with the artist name after it. So right off the bat, let's fire it up. Where would that song? That would be in the Fs. F. Fire it up. Yeah, there's two versions of it. We'll take this one here. We'll click, drag and drop right into the playlist. Being that it's first song, it automatically goes up into the box for the song that we'll play next, or actually play first, seeing as that is our first song. We haven't played anything yet. To add another song, let's go with, a Driftwood double shot of some Joe here. Let's back it up here. There's another one. Yes, I got my eye on the prize. Now we have Fire It Up in the list, and if we drag and drop Eye on the Prize in a blank spot in the playlist, it automatically appears below everything else that has been put into the playlist. But I'm thinking we want this song, Eye on the Prize, to be first in the list. We can do this in a couple of different ways. We can click and drag and drop it right on top of Fire It Up, and Eye on the Prize appears before. However, changing the order did not change the song that is scheduled to be up next. Two ways to do that. Either right-click and select Mark as Next, or we're just going to click on a spot here, or just simply double-click on the song that you want to have appear in the next box. That way everything below it will play in order. If we were to, say, fire it up where we originally were, we were to play fire it up and play, we would miss Eye on the Prize because it comes before. The playlist will automatically go to the next one below it to play it and have it automatically go into the next box after it plays. So let's see. With that, we've done some Joe Cocker. We will click on our music folder here once again, and we will search for some, let's type it right. Some Joe Walsh. Yes? And searching, there we go. We've got it. We're under a Life of Illusion, yes. Let's drag and drop that into the playlist. It automatically appears at the bottom. I'm going to highlight that just for now to give a visual here. And let's see, I'm just an average, ordinary guy. Where is that? Ordinary average guy. Yes, you got to get the title right. And I'm thinking we want that to play before the previous song that we just put in there. So as we click and drag, we drag it right on top of the one that we want it to appear before. So yes, we put in Life of Illusion, and then we took Ordinary Average Guy and dropped it on top of. That means it will appear in the list before the one we dropped it on. But if we want to change the order, we change our mind. Life of Illusion we want to have go before Average Ordinary Guy. We can click and drag it on top of the song we want. That way it appears before. Or, oh, wait a minute, change my mind. I want it afterwards. Instead of dragging and dropping, we can click on the blue arrow down here and drop it down one in line. Same thing to go with Eye on the Prize. Notice how we're still scheduled to start with Fire It Up. Eye on the Prize will get missed. So we're just going to take that one and take it to the bottom. We can either drag and drop, or by using the double blue arrow, it will take it to the bottom of the list. That way it won't get missed, and we're good to go. Good to go? Yes. All right. Now that we have created a playlist, we better save it just in case the power goes out or the computer pukes or the program crashes, which doesn't happen very often. There's a nice stable program here. So we are going to save our playlist in the playlist folder as, let's give it, wait a minute, I've got this in a program folder for the Zara program here. So pardon me while I do this in the playlist there. Let's give it the name of name, and yes, we'll do that. So we have it saved so that in case something happens and we have to refire the computer or the computer crashes, we can fire Zara back up with the double click. We can bring it in as a recent file or just open up a new one from the playlist name. And we're back to where we were with a saved file. We didn't lose all the work. Okay, with that, we're going to go ahead and take this moment to open a different file. Now, remember, we are only in one instance of Zara, and opening a playlist from the menu bar of the program itself is going to replace the previous playlist. So anything that you've got going or playing right then and there is going to end. Now, the best way to open a different playlist without affecting your current playing list is to navigate through your other Windows Explorer to find another playlist, and by doing so through Windows Explorer, it will open up that playlist in a separate instance of Zara, and again, not affecting the one you have current. So with that, we're going to exit the test one just to show you that it's there. And with this new playlist, oh my, we have some stops. What are stops in there? Yeah, well, we mentioned the stop after current button earlier, and we can add commands, either stop or put in timed pauses within the playlist so that we don't have to keep clicking stop after current or stop, and we can program in pauses of varied times. We'll show you how to do that. We'll find a spot here that we can play with and add a stop and a pause command here. Let's see, where have we got in the playlist that we can do this? Oh, why not? Right here, Ringo Starr, we're going to set that as next. Again, right click or select mark as next, or double click, puts it in there as next. And we will get that playing so that, yes, you can hear the music. And as we have it highlighted, it is in blue. That means that song is highlighted. We are going to want to put in a stop command so that when this song is done, the playlist stops. So we go to playlist and we are going to add a stop command. Remember, this stop command will enter after the highlighted song. This is different than dragging and dropping into the playlist. You put in the command after. Now that we have the command after the song that we want, notice that we still have a song up there that will automatically fire off. It will skip that stop command unless we mark it as next. So when this song is done, and we're going to fast forward 30 seconds, another 30 seconds, another 30 seconds. So we've got 15 seconds before the end of the song, and the playlist will automatically stop. And yes, yeah, a long silence at the end of the song, but the playlist. Well, we forgot about the fact that it's only going to stop after any scheduled events that are in queue, ready to be played. So there you have one lesson right there. I wasn't prepared for, but we are under a stop command so that we can give announcements or do an interview or whatever you want on the mic. And when you're ready to commence, all you have to do is hit P on the keyboard. No, don't P on the keyboard. The letter P on the keyboard, or the blue arrow down here in our control panel. Yes, play. Okay, rock me gently. That covered the stop command. Let's go with a pause command. The song playing now, we are going to highlight. We want to put a pause after it. So we go playlist and add pause. The default value is 10 seconds, and we can change that to whatever number of seconds we want. So we will go with 20 seconds and say, okay, so that when, and again, notice it's in there, but it's not in as the next. So now that we've added it and it is appearing after the song that we want played, we want to make sure that our pause is marked as next. That way, when the song ends, yes, fast forward in another 30 seconds. Yes, when this song ends, and no, we won't have another event firing off. So the song ends, we will have a 20-second pause automatically to mic up and say whatever we want, and the playlist will continue automatically without having to hit play. And here we have our pause. See, it shows up in the current. It shows the time remaining on that 20-second pause before it's automatically going into the next song. So with that, we want to thank you for being part of KXPB LP 89.1 FM Pacific Beach. Here is some Paul Anka for you. Oh yeah, you're having my baby. Oh, aren't we just having fun now? That pretty much takes care of adding commands into the playlist automatically. And we're going to do another one real quick to show you. We want to put in a pause after Paul Anka playlist. We add a pause. We're just going to say 60 seconds here. Whoa. 60 seconds. Okay. We click it to make sure that it's up there. So yes, we got it. We will have a minute to say whatever we want. And as we get that pause and it counts down, if we find that we're ready to go ahead and not use the full 60 seconds, all we have to do is come down to our controls and click next. Ding! That there pretty much covers it for what we can do here, and showing you the basics of how to use Zara in creating a playlist and playing from it. So with that, we let you know that I'm here to help, and hopefully you'll take us up on the offer to install it on your home Windows computer. Play around with it. Remember, if you have any questions, be more than happy to ask. Call me anytime. You got my number. You got my email address. And love to have you dig into it and have some fun with it. And with that, we thank you. We thank you very much for participating. Yes, it's all about you. Thank you. Thank you.